What's going on, gang, and welcome back to High Rollers, Roads, and Rails for another video. In today's video, I got something I've been on the fence about dabbling with for quite some time now. But here it is. So let's get into it. So here it is, guys. I finally got my WTIU in. And for some people, it took years to get these things. For me, it was kind of just a few months. And honestly, I've just been procrastinating about doing this. You guys know that I'm kind of a Lionel guy. And I'm definitely prefer the legacy operating system. But, you know, I've been adding some MTH engines to the fleet. And I've got some others that I really want to get into. So I'm tired of running conventional. It's time to go command control. It's time to go DCS. So here we are. Let's dig into it. And once again, I want to give my buddy Bob Bueller over at Bob's Trains for You a big thank you for getting me this. And obviously, always giving me a great price. So thanks again, Bob. So let's dig into it. Alrighty, gang. So here we are. This is what we got. And I wanted to show you guys this right here. So this right here is a Walmart brand on tablet. And I'm going to be using this instead of using one of my cell phones to run the WTIU. So this tablet will be dedicated solely to running this. So let's go ahead and dig into what we got here. And in the box, got this quick start guide. And boom, there we are. This is the WTIU, the antenna, and it looks like a wall plug-in, and that's what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and get this unboxed all the way, and then we'll talk about how I'm going to wire it up on the layout. So quickly, before I show you guys where I want to install this, I was going to show that we just went ahead and screwed the antenna in, and then we have our inputs here: variable, fixed 1, fixed 2, and variable 2. For my purposes, I'm going to be using the fixed 1 input because I only have one loop of track. So I'm just going to take my power from my transformer, come into the fixed 1, and then fixed out will go out to the track. So I'm going to show you guys real quick now where I'm going to actually mount the WTIU. So right here is my little command area. Obviously I have my MTH Z4000 transformer. This supplies my track power. You guys already know I have my Legacy Cab 2 base set up. And these are my power wires going up to the track. So what I'm going to do is more than likely just mount this unit right to the wall in here. And that way I don't have to move my wiring too much. I can just cut and splice the wire here, come out to the transformer, come into the WTIU, and then we'll go up to the top shelf on the track. So give me a few minutes, and this is what takes just a few minutes for me, will be seconds for you guys, so hang tight. Here we go. Now, one more thing that I wanted to point out for those of you guys that may want to mount your WTIU on a wall or inside a shelf, or however you guys want to set it up. So right now, as you can see, it has these rubber feet on the bottom of it, and that's just so if you were setting it on a table like this, it's not going to slide. And then you have the holes going through. As you can see, that doesn't go all the way through. So what you have to do is just take a Torx bit here and just unscrew these out, and that'll leave these holes open so that you can screw it to the wall. So I'm going to get on that, and like I said, the next scene that you see will be this mounted on the wall. So here we go.
2 hours later.
Guys, welcome back to day 2 of High Rollers, Roads, and Rails, WTIU edition. Now, guys, all jokes aside, yes, this is day 2, and what I thought was going to be about an hour's project turned into about 4 hours last night, which kept me up till almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm here back on it the next night, but finally, I have something to show you. So let's dig into it. Okay, guys, and there it is. It's up on the wall, and go ahead, guys, and roast me now. I know what you're going to say. Wow, that wiring job is atrocious. Well guys, this is about the 4th time that I rewired this thing, so please forgive me, but we finally have something working. Now I know what you're going to ask. What happened? Well, let's dig into it. So yesterday I got this thing mounted up on the wall, no problem. Got the wires ran, actually had them looking really good. And went into the fixed input 1, which is what the instructions said to do. Everything went well. I did do the firmware update, which is very important. Make sure when you're hooking your WTIU up, you get the firmware update done. That's very easily done wirelessly through the app. No problem. Everything went good. And then it came time to syncing up some engines. So I took one of my Proto 3 engines. I figured I'd start with something a little newer. No bueno. No luck. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, and here is the tablet again that I showed you earlier that I was going to solely run my WTIU and the MTH DCS app through. And like I said, firmware update went well. And we came up here to your engine screen, which is right here. You press this arrow. Okay, now you guys see I have some inactive engines in now, but let me show you guys roughly what I had going on. So when I first hooked up my WTIU, I came right here to the add engine, add MTH engine. Now, it would read like this, just like you see here. And this is exactly what it would do. No new engines. Now, it's doing it right now because obviously there's nothing on the track. But the problem was I had an engine on the track, had track power going to it. And this is what I kept getting. And it didn't matter what I did. I reset the TIU. I reset the transformer. I just changed some things around. I moved the wires. I did not change inputs, but I kept going to input 1. Nothing was making a difference. And it was beyond frustrating. So strange enough, I decided to get my smartphone out, download the app onto it, and lo and behold, it would pick up my Proto 3 GP35. And I was able to run last night on that. But the tablet here would not work at all. And then I tried to put some of my older engines on, which I have a couple of Proto 2 diesels, and they would not pick up for whatever reason on my cell phone or this. So finally, like I said, about 2 o'clock, I threw the towel in. So after throwing the towel in, I went to the forums and started reaching out, just trying to get an idea, because I felt like I had tried everything that I could think of. Like I said, resetting the TIU, re-downloading the app, nothing worked. I could not get this tablet to bring up anything, and I couldn't get any of my Proto 2 engines to come up. So finally, after talking to some guys on some forums, they gave me an idea which I did not think about. And actually, I've heard some folks talk about this before. Shout out to Arts Trains. I think he had the same issue. Now, I have a surge protector, obviously, that I hooked my transformer and some other things into for the train layout. And of course, I had the power for the WTIU into that same surge protector. And sure enough, I don't know why. Maybe it's a ground issue, or you just have to have a really high-end surge protector. But after I took it and unplugged it from the surge protector and put it into a separate electrical socket from my train stuff in its own electrical socket, lo and behold, I pull the app back up, I reset everything again, and it started picking it up. So I'm not really sure, and it would do it on the tablet, which is something that I couldn't get done earlier. Now, I did have to reset things a couple times, but finally the tablet would pick up the Proto 3 engine. Well, then it came to getting the Proto 2s on, and I kept running into the same issue. It would not pick up the Proto Sounds 2 engines. But strange enough, as I got the tablet really close to the WTIU, I basically set it on top of the WTIU, and after 3 or 4 times, it picked up my E8s, my Proto 2 E8s. So that was really exciting. Finally, I was making some progress, and I was able to run those. And the only other MTH engine I have right now is my S2 switcher, which you guys see up there behind me. And sure enough, same thing. I got it up. So finally, I think I've made some progress. Now, what did I change? Again, I moved the power to its own electrical socket. And I did go into the fixed variable 2 line and took it off the 1. And that seems to have me up and running right now. So fingers crossed that it stays that way. One more issue that I will discuss with you guys that I'm seeing, and it seems like sometimes the app on my tablet will freeze up, or it loses connection with the WTIU for some reason. And when it does, I don't know why, but the engine 100% goes full power. You watch the speed arrow indicator on the app fly all the way over, and the engine takes off running. The only way I found to stop it is to go kill track power. That's happened just a handful of times, and I'm not exactly sure what's causing it, but I found as long as the tablet doesn't go to sleep, it's been holding up pretty good. So that's my spew on the WTIU. So I'm going to show you a couple things on the app. I'm sure most of you guys are already familiar with the DCS, but I'm still learning it. And then we'll run a few trains around here, and I'm going to call it a night because this project has been stressful. I'm pretty sure I could have built an entire layout in the time it's taken me to fool with this DCS, but we got it, and I got some trains running, so fingers crossed it stays that way. I have heard that Mike Wolf is going to be releasing some new firmware updates soon. Maybe that'll fix some of these bugs, but for right now, I do have my layout running through the WTIU. So let's go check it out. Alrighty gang, so here we are on the tablet. Like I said, I've got my DCS app right here. It's going to open this screen, and you're going to come here and you're going to click Run My Trains. So we get to the Run Your Trains page, and like I said, I already have the RFMP S2 programmed in, but if you were adding a new engine, we would just come here and you would click this Add New Engine and follow the prompts. Now, whether it works or not, who knows? I had to fight to get these 3 engines in, but I got them, so here we go. So right now you can see we've got the RFMP S2 active, so we can go ahead and close that screen. So we come back here. Got your speed control, forward, reverse. If you scroll down, here's your couplers, front and rear, headlight smoke, PFA. Now all of this will run on the free version, no problem at all. Now where they get you is to run anything else other than that. I believe for just single engine operation, you have to pay the $5.99 or $4.99, $5. And then for the complete layout control for track and switches, accessories, and also, this is very important, lash ups. If you want to lash up anything together, you do have to pay $25. Now, it's a one-time purchase, and that purchase can be found right here. So if you come, hit the button 3 on the corner here, you come here to upgrade. Now, as you can see, the premium for me is purchased. But if you didn't have it purchased, it'd give you some options here, and you follow the prompts, and you pay up, sucker. So, again, now if you come here, now all these extra sound files and extra features here, this is what is included if you do the upgrade. These will not work on the free version. But you got all your signals and some custom sounds, idle sequences, the train wreck. Some really cool stuff down here. You got your odometer, so you can see how many scale miles are on the engine. And something I really thought was neat was these track signal and track voltage. So if you click on these, as the train goes around, it will tell you your signal and voltage levels as it goes around. So if you have a dead spot on your track, you can use this to find it. And even has down here a battery check for PS2 engines. So, if you're not sure if it, has a BCR, or if it does have the traditional battery in it, then you can check that right there. So it's pretty neat, and as I've gotten to play with it a little bit, it is fairly user-friendly. So with that, let's go ahead and run this little RFMP S2 and finally enjoy the the fruits of my labor. Alright y'all, here we are up on the shelf. As you can see, I've got my PS2 RF and PS2 switcher. So we're already synced up. We're going to click this in the corner. It's going to read and make sure it picks up the TIU just to make sure our tablet is connected. And once we've done that, we'll start her up. I don't know why the bell kicked on there, but anyway, you can hear it starting up. Awesome. Let's try the horn. And obviously we know the bell works. And so speed control, you can do this a couple different ways. You can either click this. So you can either click this here and manually add it per increment, mile-an-hour increment. Or you can just take this dial, as you see I just did there, and you can get it to move that way as well. So it is really user-friendly and really simple. Like I said, the more I've messed with it, the more I've enjoyed it. So if you come here, if you see we got like a forward, that's the reverse signal. There you go. There's a coupler. Come down to the custom sounds. Now I have had, you guys just saw that. So it said the ready to go twice. Now sometimes I am getting double commands out of this thing for some reason. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but it's only on these sounds for whatever reason. See? There you go. It only does it sometimes. I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but at this point, with all the struggles that I've gone through, I am not going to stress it. So as you can see here, we can do the couplers. If the engine was running right now, you could cut the headlights off. You have a smoke on-off switch. Engine sound, if you press this, there you go, it kills the idle of the engine, but it's still running. Cut that back on. You do have a volume bar here, so see it's quiet. And we slide it back. Let's get some sound back. So, so far, like I said, really user-friendly. Come here to some of the other features. So your lighting. Right now the cab lights are on. If we press that, there you go. Cab lights off. So I really like the interface on it. So now that I've kind of given you some of the rundown of this, let's go ahead and hook this up to a train. We'll make a few laps, and I am going to call it a night. But here we go, a little RF&P S2 switcher action coming to you now on High Rollers Roads and Rails. Okay, y'all, and that is going to do it for this video. And I must say, as much of a headache as this thing absolutely was, it's so cool to finally be able to use my MTH engines like they really should be. And that's going to really open up so much for the channel, because now I can bring you some of these MTH engines that I haven't really wanted to feature because you just couldn't get into all the features by running them by just conventional. But you know, now with having the WTIU, and you know, we're still working out some bugs, but I've got trains running on it now, and honestly at this point that's all I can ask for. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and thanks so much for bearing with me. And I just ask that you guys like, comment, subscribe, make sure you're clicking the bell icon notification so you get notified when I upload. And like I said, this is just one part of the advancements that I'm planning on making on the railroad this year. And I'm so excited, and I hope you guys stick in here with me. So with that, thank y'all so much, and we'll see you down the line.